everyone, it's Misty here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I have my April update for my Pan That palette. So I'm actually painting two. I'm doing an eyeshadow palette along with the other Pantastic Ladies for the theme Size Matters. All of the information is listed in the description box below. Pan That palette was created by Amber F, and the Pantastic Ladies create a theme or vote on a theme every year, and Size Matters is the one that won this year. I've also been working on a face palette. So I'm trying to paint a face palette, and we're gonna talk about that one. 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 We're gonna talk about it. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I had a real big case of FOMO. And I mentioned this in every video. I watched Rebecca and Alex pan this a couple of years ago, or maybe even last year. I think it was 2020 though. Maybe it was last year. I honestly don't remember. Becca is painting, Becca Hope is working on this. Kim was working on this. And I was like, I want it. And I ended up with two because of a mishap with Mercari. And I don't like to wear peach blush. What was I thinking? Especially putting this in the pan. That was crazy. Misty, that was dumb. That's my favorite thing to say. That's dumb. That's dumb. Anyway, I am going to retire this from the project. So this is the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow. Beautiful palette. Beautiful formula. Everything swatches beautifully. Everything goes on the face beautifully. Still smells like peaches. Works beautifully. It's just not a color I reach for very often. So the bronzer, I used 6 extra times this month for a total of 20 times. So I've used it 20 times in 4 months. The blush. I've used this 4 more times for a total of 16 times. And the highlighter, which is a little bit deep, but I find that if I use it like as a blush lighter or something, I can make it work. I've used this 5 more times for a total of 17 times. 17 times in 4 months. At this rate, I'm not even going to hit pan in this palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retire this from this project. And I don't know what palette I'm going to bring in next, to be quite honest. I feel like I really need to sit down and think about it, because this was kind of a decision I made before I sat down to start to film. And so I haven't really thought. I thought about bringing in this. This is the Electric Mood by e.l.f. This is a cream. There's 2 blushes, a highlighter, and a bronzer. Gabby is painting this, and she's doing a great job. She's moving through it. But there's another, this is another orange blush, and I kind of want to get away from that for right now. So I'm not going to bring anything else in for this update, but hopefully in May I will have thought of something. If I end this project in December or the 1st of January, I don't know that there's anything else in my collection that I could finish as far as a face palette. So I'm going to evaluate my choices, and I will have a decision for you in May, in the May update. If I go ahead and decide on something, I'll go ahead and start it and start tracking usage. This is going to stay on my desk because I do enjoy the bronzer. I think I could probably hit pan in the bronzer. It's just the blush and the highlighter that are kind of throwing me off. But there are times where I want a warmer kind of glow, and so I could reach into this. Hence, like I've been doing it like 15, 20 times over, a couple of times a month, I think would be a good use for this. And hopefully, just having it out and trying to use it a bit more often will get the use that it deserves. Because I really do enjoy the formula. I just don't know why I insist on buying blushes I'm not going to use. Why? Someone tell me. I need blush therapy. So this is rolling out. It's going to stay in my, like I said, on my desk, so I can grab it when I want to. And I don't really have anything in mind to roll in its place, but I will take it under advisement. Because this is a Gillette formula, so it goes a little bit quicker, I think, than a powder formula would. So, I don't know. It's not like I don't have 50 face palettes to choose, so I'll take it under advisement. Okay, let's talk about my eyeshadow palette. So I am going to insert a picture because I just don't have the stamina to hold this up for you guys today. So I am painting all of the mattes plus one satin in this Profusion Infatuation palette. And to be quite honest, I do have two new pans. Wait, two new pans? Yeah. Okay, so I have... Okay. So let's talk about the little amount of progress I have on this palette. So starting from the left, Oasis, I didn't use at all. Disco, I used one time, but I already had pan on that last update. Jive, I didn't use. Darling, I used one time. Personal, which is at the very top, I didn't use. Bouncy, which is right underneath it, I used one time. Go Girl, I actually hit pan in Go Girl, and I ended up using that 2, 4, 6, 7 times since the first update. So it took me 13 times to hit pan in that shadow. Retro, I've used 3 more times for a total of 15 times, and I don't think I'm anywhere close to pan on this one. This one is a little bit hard to use. It's just an awful color. It's just awful. It doesn't perform well at all. So it's really hard. Like I have a really hard time incorporating it into looks. I basically have to put it in my crease and then try to blend it out with something else. So it's just not a good time. And then Tease, I did hit pan and Tease. This is the brown. And I used it one more time for a total of 10 times. And I didn't use any of the other colors. Wait, I should be using Shell because I'm doing 30 days of purple eye looks. You'd think I would. Yeah, I haven't touched any of the browns this month. Brown and purple aren't two colors that I want to put together. I'm sure once we get into May and as we get like transition from like summer to fall, I will get more use on these browns. My goal is just to hit pan in them, but yeah, my goal is just to hit pan. So I still have what, 8 months for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shadows. So I may continue using some of them. I've really been enjoying Go Girl. I mentioned that Jive is actually a really pretty bright pink shade and blends out beautifully. So I may continue using them, but my goal is just to hit pan. I thought my goal would be to finish, but honestly, they're just so underwhelming. I just want to hit pan and then call it a day. So out of 12 shadows, I have 2, 4, 5 pans. So 7 more pans for 8 more months. Hopefully I can make that happen. So my goal for the next update will have pan and retro, and hopefully I will at least have some usage on Shell if I can't hit pan. So that's it. It's kind of a bummy update, but it is what it is. So, I mean, I think I'm painting 75 eyeshadows. I really need to sit down and count. Every time I say that, the number changes because I keep rolling them in. rolling them in and starting eyeshadow projects because clearly my brain is not here today. But yeah, so that's it. So as I mentioned, that's the goals for those 2 shades. I'm going to consider what I want to do as far as a face palette. Maybe I won't do a face palette. Maybe I'll just no, I want to do a face palette. Yeah, I'm really just going to have to think about this and decide what I want to do. Maybe I'll just build my own face palette, build my own palette and do that because I do have a lot of like depotted blushes and bronzers and stuff. So we'll see. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you are doing better than I am in your Pan That Palette. Yeah, I really do hope you're doing better than I am in your Pan That Palette. But that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already. Have a great day, night, weekend, wherever you are. Love your faces, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.